and where last we left our heroes. The Crimson Bones, stars of the Champions of Nirn campaign. Let's see. After witnessing the dank bout between the bugbear Brillo the Many and their companion Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, the Crimson Bones nursed their wounds and collected their winnings. Before making their way back to Red-Faced Jack's, they met Sergeant-at-Arms Barrows, who sent a formal invitation to the Crimson Bones to meet with him at the jail ward at noon on the 3rd of Hearthfire. As the pack of chains were taken in for questioning at the request of the town guard, the Crimson Bones made their way back to Red-Faced Jack's. From there, Mandion and Gelden went on a solo expedition out in the city, tailing a one Skeg Ironfoot, an apprentice to the local blacksmith, at the behest of your latest client, Glarthier, the Wood Elf. After the day came and went, with Ulzgud and Mandion retiring to bed early, and with Skeezewell and Syphax partying into the night, it was Ulzgud and Mandion that rose at the stroke of midnight to go meet with Glarthier and report that Skeg Ironfoot was likely not involved in any wrongdoing, as far as you could ascertain. Glarthier shared his surprise at the news, but paid the full agreed amount, a hefty sum. Glarthier exclaimed his interest in the Crimson Bones hunting down another individual, a Redguard by the name of Boris Jadaki, who supposedly owns a property in the Highborn district of the city. Eager for adventure, Mandion and Ulzgud have gone to the Highborn district immediately, under the cover of darkness, to see if they can gain any intel, or perhaps come across this individual they've been paid to snoop on. And that is where we find the Crimson Bones now, within the city of Garza. The fair evening air reaching you all, kind of the coolness left from the rainstorm that had just finished passing by. And I suppose who we should begin with is Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, who finds himself right now deep in the Highborn district, kind of sleuthing around in an alleyway across the street, after having just thrown some bones down the road to distract some what would seem like sentries to a rather posh and extravagant looking property. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you have your opportunity if you desire to take it. With these guardsmen distracted, what is it you would like to do? Your current position nestled in the darkness across the road from your potential target. What are you thinking at this time, Master Bone-Breaker? You seem to be on your own.
I'm going to try and sneak my way back from whence I came.
Okay, very good. Will you give me a perception check, Master Bone-Breaker, or passive if you desire it?
Yeah, I'm hit passive.
Okay. Perhaps more appropriate for this instance. You look over yonder, Master Bone-Breaker. After having just distracted these guards, you're having second thoughts about making this dash across the roadway to this guarded property that you suspect could very well hold perhaps the individual the Crimson Bones are looking for. You think twice and begin to swell backward into the shadows from whence you came, and something catches your eye out of your right eye periphery, high up across the road, not on the building that you were thinking of making moves toward. But just to the right of that building, a higher, taller structure seems to you to be a bit more of a, higher class, like tenement building, as opposed to, a solely, soundly constructed structure to house, one family or something to that effect. There's someone on the roof of this building, and it catches you quite, it's just as you're turning to leave, you spot this individual up on the roof, the silhouette of their black, form up against the night sky.
Okay.
And they seem to take note of you as well, as you swell into the shadow from whence you came, briskly, and I assume quietly, Master Bone-Breaker. Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
You make a stealth check at your leisure. Ooh. Okay. All right. Yeah. Very good. Very good. You are able to swell into the shadow. Though you have some obtuse equipment, your lack of armor and natural agility gives you the edge, and your footsteps are quiet this night. Where are we off to, my friend? Are we just heading, pretty much just back the way you came?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. You hear the the shrieking of a cat, out in the distance, and the pounding of those heavy guardsmen that never seem to be very far away in this district of the city. And you'll be making your way, I would say stealthing rather deftly, out of the Highborn district. Mandion and Gelden, what are you up to? I believe you were just coming from the Highborn district after finding that perhaps you may not be the best suited for a stealth mission.
Yeah, I decided to leave, I believe. I think I was headed back to Red-Faced Jack's.
It could be. It could be.
It is dark right now, right? It is after midnight.
It's very dark. It's very dark,
Yes.
and you have very little trouble making your way back. You stumbled upon one of the various main roadways, and there's the occasional lantern-esque main side road illumination, and the occasional light from some houses and some evening eateries and so on. A few stalls have remained open, especially in this courtyard that you're in now, that some people are participating in, their evening meals and so on. But yes, it is, sun's absolutely absent.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna head back to Red-Faced Jack's. The Highborn district, is it open during daytime hours to normal people, or is it always locked down?
It's always open to the public, truth be told.
Right.
The roadways at least are all are accessible to any passersby.
Be just as crowded in the day. Well, maybe.
Potentially so.
Okay.
Potentially so. It's kind of taken off to the side of the city. So typically the only
Right.
traffic that's there is either security or the residents or perhaps servants or etc.
Gotcha.
Typically traders and so on don't commute through that area.
Okay.
The guards tend to dissuade that from what little you can gather in this time.
Well, maybe I'll have to try my luck tomorrow if Ulzgud doesn't find anything. I'll head back.
Okay, so be it. So be it. A few minutes pass. You make your way down the main roadway. With a little issue, Mandy and Gelden. It's dark. However, the two moons of Nirn are full and bright and beautiful this night. And the overcast clouds that have, were sprinkling upon the area have long since passed, revealing a beautiful star-filled sky. which may very well remind you of, you know, finer times. The constellations of the Nine Divines are poignant and present this night.
By the Nine Divines, look at that. Beautiful.
And it isn't long before you are making your way up the exterior stairway to the side incognito entrance for patrons of Red-Faced Jacks. As well as you, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you safely navigate your way out of the Highborn district unseen, as far as you can tell, and find yourself in, you know, the small mini courtyard eatery. And make your way briskly past it. If you know, if there's no interactions to be had.
No.
Very good, very good. And Mandion Gelden, you are the first to return back to Red-Faced Jacks. Probably about, you know, 25 minutes or so after beginning to depart the Highborn district.
Very good. Very good.
Is there anything you desire to do?
I don't think so. Probably go to bed.
You could, you know, there's very little you could benefit from it, I suppose, right? You know,
yeah, I know. We technically had a long rest.
It's true, you know, so it's not like you could have another long rest again. However, if you want to attempt to get your sleep cycle back on track by forcing yourself to go to bed, that you know, hey, that could very well have merit in and of itself.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
We have to meet up with what's his face at midnight tomorrow, but we can just go to bed after that. So.
Okay. All right. So be it. Give me a Constitution check. Yeah. After you're done doffing your armor. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. You already know. You know, there's gonna be a lot of tossing and turning tonight. Your mind is filled. Every time you close your eyes, Mandion Gelden, you think of Shekel the sewer man. the odd encounter you had in the last session where he sort of just stumbled upon you, and you can't help but remember the words that he said to you when he bid you farewell. Beware the burned man. Indeed. For foreboding language to you, Mandion Gelden. You can't help but think the worst.
It couldn't be. It couldn't be the worst.
You're called back, Mandion Gelden, I would say. I would say in particular to the vision you had when you were at the Great Tree with Wilkir Bitterroot, if I'm not mistaken, in which you saw the filthy, disturbing Euron burn bath.
Ugh.
Underneath a shimmering tinted blue night sky, which seems awfully familiar, you know, to what you see when you were looking up in Garza tonight.
It's all in my head. It's gotta be a dream.
Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you make your way back to Red-Faced Jacks as well, making your way up and into the dormitory area of Red-Faced Jacks. You can hear the murmuring of Mandion Gelden.
No.
So
No.
we were paid by Glossier, right?
Yes.
What did we get paid? Because I know he gave us a little bit up front.
I think he gave. I think he gave you guys 20 gold up front, and then came forth with another, like 130 gold. I would say he gave to the both of you. I don't recall exactly if it was all just given to Mandy and Gelden, or if it was dished out to each of y'all.
I don't think it was specifically stated, and I didn't like add mine.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Very good. In that case, then, gentlemen, you may decide amongst yourselves now.
Okay.
I guess
So it's
Ulzgud would have
100
taken his money.
How much was it for total, or for each of us? How was it dished out?
It was it'd be 260 gold total. 130
Okay, yeah, we'll
gold
split it.
each. Yeah.
Yeah, split it 130 each. Cool. I'll add it
All
to
right.
my regular inventory. Very good.
So be it. So be it.
And Ulzgud is going to stay up and stay at the bar.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay. You head down into the very dark, but should be said much less dark for you. Interior of the first floor of Red-Faced Jack's. It is, empty at this time. Officially closed to the evening patrons. you believe somewhere around perhaps like 10 p.m. You think it is. You find just yourself down here at the bar alone. However, it's
Well,
quite.
He'll take a table and study his spell scrolls.
Ooh, okay, very good, very good. Lighting a you don't even have to light a candle for yourself if you don't want to. You can you can just remain in the dark.
Yeah.
Studying your spell scrolls. Okay, very good. What do you think it is that you're hoping to glean from them? Is there anything in particular, or just a general study?
Mainly familiarizing myself with these ones in particular.
Okay, very good, very good. I mean, I feel like a Arcana check is pretty appropriate. That or investigation.
Did Arcana? Why not?
I'll leave it up to you if you want, to honing in on the magical nature of them. You get a good feel. You read over the scrolls multiple times. They're these fair, somewhat old parchment scrolls with these beautiful, wooden dowels to support, give them a little bit of strength. They seem like they're all from the same place. These scrolls, since you found them all in the same case, seems like they were all made by the same individual or force or etc. Even though the spells seem like they are quite different. And you get a good feeling for. Let's see. Been a little while since I took a look at it myself. You get a good feel for your spell scroll selection. Aside from the last two spell scrolls in particular, what you understand to be more intensive spell scrolls. For the moment now, you're kind of doubtful if you could competently cast them.
Duly noted.
You aren't sure, what may be required of you to cast them, and the instructions are a bit more intense, but unfortunately not much more specific than usual. And there's a lot of talk of like channeling the winds of magic and so on and so forth, which unfortunately you have no quite inherent ability with. So it does that kind of language just it just doesn't come as naturally to you. Perhaps a bit more studying will be needed with that. But hey, you could also surprise yourself and presumably quite a few other people by you never know. You never know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
That being said, these other ones, you feel pretty confident in your ability to dish out some magical goodness. However, underneath the strength of this odd anti-magic, barrier, it's hard to say exactly what may happen when you flex them magical muscles. And with a good 2 hours or so, Master Bone-Breaker going by, you feel really you've learned just about all you can in this sitting, and you're pretty satisfied with the progress you've made tonight, dare I say.
Nice.
Is there anything furthermore that you would like to do down here in Red-Faced Jack's at night?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take inventory of all my stuff and kind of just like check over my weapons and stuff and make sure everything's a-okay.
Okay, so be it. So be it. Please make an investigation check. Oh, good, good. Bum. Yeah, I would say it's all good in the hood. You got lost. You got lost. Sick stuff. Quite the
Kinda laying it
collection.
out on the tables and stuff.
Yeah. Quite the collection. Quite the collection. It's all where you left it. It's all where you left it. You reminisce of the crafting of the worm-tooth short sword. And the great purple worm that you slayed with the with what weren't even the crimson bones back then.
True.
Showing you that that was your first real showing that the boys ain't here to mess around.
The good old days.
Yes, you reminisce a bit. You find nothing missing. Aside from your sending stone, which you recall that you gave to Syphax. Other than that, though, your inventory is as it stands, and everything seems to be in pretty good condition, from what you can make out.
Nice.
And with that, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, if nothing else is to occur, you can do that until sunrise if you desire.
I'll just pack my stuff up and I guess just hit some push-ups and sit-ups until the boys get up.
Okay. Very good. Very good. You're feeling invigorated, if anything, after the Brillo brawl. In the high tense adrenaline of sleuthing around in an alien environment at night. Something about it just gets the hunter's blood flowing. And before too long, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you can hear the of Red-Faced Jack as he you can feel his presence, moving a bit of the wooden floor, and then the creaking and etc. Red-Faced Jack, not a very stealthy individual either, it turns out. Let's see. And I would say at this time as well, the rest of the Crimson Bones rise at first light. Especially you, Mandion Gelden. You really didn't get much in the way of sweep, if I had to guess. Why don't you give me another Constitution check and we can find out for sure.
Sure. Constitution.
See, I need to take care of Syphax as well. Oh, well. After the first few hours, it wasn't too hard to find yourself getting a few extra hours of sleep, and
Nice.
I'm sure in the morning now, You wake up feeling even more well rested.
My biological clock has been reset. Excellent. Guess I should get some breakfast for the boys ready. I like to head downstairs and see about getting some breakfast prepared for everyone.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting.
I want
Interesting.
a spread laid out on the bar before everyone comes down.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, very good. Very good. Interesting. Interesting. You make your way down the stairs. You find Ulzgud Bone-Breaker already down there. Working out over yonder, kind of in the corner of the dining area. No other patrons quite in the area just yet at this time.
Perfect. Good morning, Ulzgud. Didn't expect to see you so early. I'll make my way over to the bar. And
Mandion.
I'll order, 4 fine breakfast plates if he's prepared this early.
Well, yeah. Why, of course. Just a minute here. I'll be right with you.
All right.
Ritzy.
Ritzy.
Red-Faced Jack. Gotta love Red-Faced Jack.
True hero.
Kind of still in his his sleeping garment. He's got the very traditional a striped pajama situation with a little hat of similar color. So it's like the classic innkeeper getup that one would expect. You see he's kind of shuffles himself over yonder. And you can tell perhaps, his assistants aren't quite in this early in the morning either. could probably around, like 6 a.m. or so. The start of a new day. Let's see, what day is it? It'd be now the 3rd of Hearthfire, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's today. Update that real quick. Sick. Whoops. Alright, and Red-Faced Jack tells you that it'll probably be about 6 gold per meal for the grand breakfast dish.
6 gold per meal. Wow. Alright. That's fine. I'll just have to slap down 24 gold for my new paycheck I just got.
Yeah, you've got money to spend.
Very good.
Master Binbag, you find yourself waking up, fully rested after a long rest, as well as Syphax.
Nice.
I'm not sure if there's anything you had planned for the morning, my good man.
Skeezewell smells that breakfast cooking, and he starts running down those stairs.
The sweet smell of potatoes and bacon reach your Binbag nostrils, and you make your way down. Kind of cutting in front of Syphax as he is like, dazedly lumbering out of he and Ulzgud's room.
Move out of the way, Syphax. Skeezewell rushes down and tries to find Mandion to sit next to him.
Fine. You find Mandion right at the bar counter area that divides, the kitchen, really, and then the dining area, just at the bottom of the stairs from your room area upon the 2nd floor.
Oh. Skeezewell. Morning, my friend.
Yes, good morning. Did you give them gold? Oh, my breakfast is hot and ready.
It's already being prepared. Don't you worry. And I'm going to underhand pass 50 golds to Skeezewell. And say Skeezewell, we our first payday as an official gang.
Skeezewell puts the gold away without question.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you may add 50 gold pieces to your inventory if, you know, naturally, as you probably suspected, Master Binbag. This
Finally,
could,
you stop paying me.
Yeah, complete these contracts. This first one's already lucrative. We've only been together for one day officially.
The Crimson Bones.
For the Crimson Bones, and
Crimson Bones.
I raise my fork up.
Syphax is like making his way down the stairs, kind of rubbing his eye from just really waking out and being perhaps a little hungover from a night of hard partying. He's like, the Crimson Bones.
That's right,
I
Syphax.
pelt Syphax with 50 gold also.
Ah!
The Crimson Bones, Syphax.
Whoa! The Crimson Bones! Syphax is all of a sudden way more awake. Damn, that's a big deal for him. Young Master Syphax. Another 50 gold, you said? Man, he's looking good now. He's got himself, you know. He'll be able to spend that, Do-Re Me.
Hell yeah.
Huh. Thanks, Ulzgud. So I guess it went good, huh, guys?
Oh,
Yeah.
barely even did anything. We made that money. Imagine if we actually start getting difficult jobs.
Well, sounds like it's a pretty easy client for me.
Yeah, he seems pretty agreeable and paranoid, so we're doing another job for him tonight.
Oh, whoa. What's the job?
Apparently we need to keep our eyes out for some Red Guard guy. Apparently he's supposed to be some rich person in the city, but who knows? He might not even be here. We haven't caught sight of him.
Must be nice.
Okay. Very good. Very good. It's only about another minute or two before you hear the like lumbering form that is Red-Faced Jack as he makes his way. His body barely able to fit through the doorway that kind of divides the kitchen and kind of like the other like little storage room in the back that you guys really haven't quite seen back in that area. He makes his way out. His large apron adorned upon his person now, and the sun is just starting now to be high up enough in the sky that it's starting to shine in through some of the front windows, illuminating this interior space a bit better. Red-Faced Jack lightens it up with a candle or two, and it seems like breakfast preparation is well underway. He comes and scoops up the gold, Mandion and Gelden.
Excellent.
Dude, shit. So, time out, boys. Sorry. Point of order.
Time out.
Breakfast is free. God damn it, Red-Faced Jackson.
Fooled ya.
and he gives you back the breakfast.
Oh,
He's like,
I appreciate you boys spending night after night here. I don't get too many stayers. A lot of the fancy folk that can afford it like to go up to the Highborn district. They don't like to stay at Red-Faced Jack's.
oh well. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate it.
It's the least I can do. Though I won't lie, I might have to increase the price of the rent if you boys are gonna be eating breakfast like this.
Well, we just have a need to celebrate this morning. Promise I won't draw on your supplies too hard.
Celebrating Ulzgud's victory over Bruno the Many, no doubt.
Of course. It's It's a long night last night, so we need to get our energy back.
Oh, very good. Give me just but a moment.
And Red-Faced Jack gets to it. More than happy to make breakfast for such fine and what is it? Respectful patrons. And it's only about another 5-10 minutes or so before breakfast is served. 4 beautiful plates, 4 dank breakfasts, bunch of eggs, bunch of little, chopped up potatoes, bunch of bacon. And it's not like, it's not like our modern day bacon. It's like, like fat, like chunky, fat, chunky bacon, really almost, well, I mean, really not sausage, but, sausage-like, very, very thick cuts of bacon.
Excellent.
Seasoned well. Red-Faced Jack's like,
Well, boys, what's the plan for today, if you don't mind me asking?
Jack, you want all of our secrets?
Oh,
Jeez.
well, I can't help but be curious.
Well, we have to go out and see if we can't meet with some wealthy patrons of the city and gain some information. That's all.
I see. Well, if you're ever looking for information, your boy Red-Faced Jack knows a thing or two, special about the city.
I have a couple questions then. You know anything about a Boris Jadaki?
Well, I must say I do. He's a serious one, that. Big, rich, fat cat, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't come around here very often, I'll tell you that. What would you want with the likes of him?
To be honest, most of his day-to-day occurrences and maybe the people he might be involved with.
Well, I might be willing to say a thing or two before any of the other patrons get up this morning and make their way in here. I don't suppose you have any loose gold you could throw my way in exchange.
I might have some
Skeezewell tosses 20 gold across the table. They land in
Right there, I say.
perfect piles.
right on the edge of the bar where Red-Faced Jack's, presence is kind of, flopping over the top of the bar a little bit, where he's leaning with Mandion and Gelden, his large green frame, pretty much like a what is it? A rock of a humanoid, really. a very imposing figure, and your gold is placed quite deftly. Skeezewell Binbag, you may deduct your 20 gold, of course. And Red-Faced Jack, does a nod and scoops it up. He pretty much got like all 20 gold pieces in like the 2 fingers and thumbs of the top of his hand, and it's gone quite quickly.
He's like, well, don't tell anyone I told you, boys, but I hear Boris Jadaki runs that factory farm on the north end of town. Not very many people are pleased about that establishment, especially them wood elf nature types. Not really that there's too many of them around here, but they can be pretty vocal.
Is there anyone that he openly despises around the city? Or is it mostly the other way around?
He just hates any of them any of them real wild farmers that try to get in between him and his business.
Okay. All right.
Other than that, keeps to himself. He's got a family. Pretty nice house over in the Half-Orc district. But what's interesting is he's got a bunch of cutthroats working for him, which I think is a little bit on the suspicious side.
Why would he need something like that?
Well, I think it's some kind of arrangement, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure. But what I make out, I think Rossy the Diamond has something to do with it.
Rossy the Diamond. Can I do a history check on that? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, yeah.
Ulzgud's ears perked up at that.
Yeah, you can do a history check, Mandion Gelden, and if not, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker may very well know. You both may very well know. Shit. Boris Shidaki. Fucking Rossy the Diamond. Oh, I'm trying to recall if you've heard of it in particular. I'm not sure. I think maybe Ulzgud Bone-Breaker might be the only person who knows this information. I think.
Might be.
If it's what I'm thinking, it was over a campfire with me and Syphax.
Well, I guess we'll say, throughout your time walking the busy city streets, Mandion Gelden, and keeping your keen ears out for, raised voices and any interesting information to help give you a leg up in this new environment, you've heard the words Rossy the Diamond only in whispers, throughout the marketplace and the central square. Throughout your sleuthing, you believe him to be some type of organized crime leader of some caliber. Definitely a figure of infamy, it seems to you.
Okay. All right.
As far
connection.
as you could tell.
Well then. Okay. Might be something I have to look into. I appreciate it. I might have another question for you though. It's not terribly related. Do you know anything about the sewers of this city? Does anything dwell down there?
Oh, Shekel's got your ear, eh?
Well, maybe a little bit.
I'm not too surprised. He and Barbarian got along pretty close. That old fool's got a knacking for getting his hands on talent. Yeah, the sewers of Garza. There's something serious, all right, I can tell you that. Go deep. They say that the sewers lead down to the old city that this city's built upon, made by ancient Nord natives, or something to that effect. As far as I don't know nothing about that. You're gonna catch me going down the sewer anytime soon.
You asked me to do something down there. I can't particularly remember. Sure is something odd. I was kind of trying to carry on with my own business. Mandion tries to remember what that task was.
Ooh.
He did not write it down.
Ooh. Fucking, you can do another history check if you want.
I was busy spying. Oh,
Shit.
keep it rolling. Keep it
God.
rolling.
Sickening. I believe Shekel the sewer man, yesterday said something to you about, some type of frogmen.
Oh yeah.
He mentioned frogmen that seemed to be giving him perhaps a hard time. and he also mentioned in passing the burned man, which definitely stuck in your mind. But yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? He did say something about like frog people or some shit like that.
I definitely remember that. I don't know what type of frog people he's talking about. You heard of these?
Frog people, you say? No, I ain't heard nothing like that.
Yeah, he seems a little crazy. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Might just be talking nonsense.
Well, he spends more time down there than anyone, so even though he's a bit of an oddball, he'd be the one to know at the same time.
I suppose so. I don't know why, but I have a feeling I'll see him again before I even go down there, so maybe I can get some more information out of him. But I appreciate what you've told me. It's been very helpful.
Least I can do. If you boys have any more gold you want to keep my way and can keep a secret, I've got more tales to tell.
Well, I'll certainly keep that in mind. If I
But
have
of
any
course,
pressing questions, I'll come to you for sure.
that's what I like to hear.
As you gentlemen are
Pretty good.
enjoying your breakfasts, and Mandion and Gelden's exchanging with Red-Faced Jack for a minute or two, for all to hear. Red-Faced Jack kind of turns his back to you all and heads over and begins, perhaps prepping some of the initial meal service for the day. You can hear him grumbling about, perhaps an assistant being late or two at this time. Good, like 10-20 minutes go by as you guys enjoy your breakfast. What are you guys talking about, if anything?
Ulzgud. Find anything out there while we're hunting in the Highborn district? I was clanking around too much.
Nothing noteworthy.
Seems like this guy's a bit more of a high-value target than I suspected. Hopefully the payout's a bit better on this one.
That should be good money.
I suppose. I guess we can always just make something up if we need to. Seems he doesn't know one way or another.
Yeah, you might be right, Mandion.
It seems like this guy's only mad at farmers anyway. As long as he's not a farmer, then what's he to worry about?
Yeah. Ulzgud would like to remind everyone we do have an appointment 12 o'clock at the jail ward. You guys don't have to come, but it would be nice for all of the Crimson Bones to be present.
Oh, we're going to jail? Syphax
Yeah,
asks.
Syphax.
Together, Syphax.
Well,
Together.
I've never been to jail before. It doesn't sound very good. I guess we can try.
You think Ulzgud for that, Syphax?
Oh,
But I suppose it
man.
won't be too bad. This is under our own choice, right?
Yeah.
The Crimson Bones.
The Crimson Bones.
The Crimson Bones. Syphax raises his glass of milk. Man, how about this breakfast, hey guys? And everyone gets a free hit dice that you guys can roll if you need to, by chance. Because the breakfast of Red-Faced Jacks is so sick.
I might as well.
Skeezewell packs it away.
Shit, Syphax, you're fucking killing me. You're just killing me. Ah, for God's sakes. Oh, my tummy's grumbly. Damn him.
Oh man, he's not made for for the rough and tumble lifestyle. Can I use any spells? No.
It's still early morning, like around 7-ish, right?
Indeed, Master Bone-Breaker. Indeed, you've only just, just putting down your utensils from wolfing down a fine breakfast. You are. Give me a Constitution check, will you please, Master Bone-Breaker? Some quite good. You are feeling quite stalwart, even though you were up since midnight, you got plenty of rest in the hours before that time, and you don't even have that weird tired in your face feeling. You're feeling pretty alert. Maybe it was that early morning workout, and now a fine breakfast. You are you're feeling good. You're feeling good.
Nice.
How are your wounds looking from the Brillo duel?
I'd say they're healing up pretty well.
Yeah, no, very good.
Still feeling it in my knee a little bit, but other than that, pretty good.
It is so. A little black and blue in some spots, but other than that, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker is ready for more. Let's see. All right, and you gentlemen are left to your own devices, with breakfast finished, and you have at least a few more hours of privacy. Dare you wish to spend it within Red-Faced Jack's before it is open to the public. Apparently, there's an appointment at noon at the jail ward, and it's entirely up to you, gentlemen, what you would desire to do. Does anyone have anything in particular?
I at least like to note that my pebble is no longer illuminating 5-10 feet around me. It is overwritten by the dagger. So, if you were using that for any calculations.
Okay. Well, very good.
Other than that, maybe. I may need a minute though.
Of course.
Ulzgud goes to Syphax and requests his sending stone back.
Oh, Senegal, of course. And he passes you back it's green, right? You have the green one, the green beetle.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, yep, sick, yep. Very good. It is as you gave it to him. Now in your position. With a little issue.
And other than that, between now and our appointment, my intention is just to spend time spending hit dice.
Okay. Very good. So you want to spend an hour short resting?
Yeah,
More
with
or
a
less.
maximum up to 3.
Okay. All right. Okay. Very good. Master Binbag, anything from you? Perhaps for downtime or otherwise?
I would like to prepare my 2 hard salamis and my 2 Asiago cheese. Can I make that into 4 charcuterie snacks? I don't know how it's gonna exactly.
Oh, I mean, I'll allow it because I made you get them in entire rations worth. So your 2, I believe your 2 items of cheese are enough to satiate an entire individual for a meal. So you could very easily break those up into smaller.
So that does make sense.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. If you want to make some type of, treat, or some, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what you have in mind, Master Binbag, but yeah, yes, very, very possible. You have ample amounts of ingredients, I suppose.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna make like 4 special rations, and I'm gonna divvy it up amongst the Crimson Bones in this time.
Very good, very good. So be it. So be it. I don't know. Is this something you'd like to roll for, Skeezewell Binbag, to see if there's like a mechanical benefit from these special rations, or is this just something you'd like to do, for the joy of it?
I will definitely take a roll. What should I roll?
I'm not sure. What do you think it is appropriate for? It's not quite cooking, but portioning and. I'm honestly not sure.
I guess survival, because it is like a creative.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, that's good. I like that. Let's go with survival.
Ooh.
Is it poor? I couldn't exactly see.
Well, Master Binbag,
but contain fine ingredients. How do you spell charcuterie? All right. Charcuterie.
I'm sure they You know what? I'm not even gonna touch that one. They're not the best, not the worst.
Take one. They're great.
Mandion Gelden looks at it and looks at the rest of the crew.
Ulzgud takes from it without looking at it.
It is like a little odd, just kind of like a little cloth with these little odd salami cuttings that are misshapen and odd, and this cheese, which is of quality, but perhaps is a bit too poignant. They're not
Mandion
bad,
Gelden will
but
also take one and place it in the dimensional void that is the bag of holding.
Oh, very good, very good. Easily done. Easily done.
Somewhat easily done. I had to unlock it.
Oh, Starfax, you look famished. You can eat yours now.
What? But
No, really, go ahead. It's my treat.
well, I mean, thanks, Skeezewell.
Eat it.
I know you make it. Why are you making an intimidation check, Skeezewell, back to peer pressure Syphax into eating this salami and cheese ration, even though he just finished eating, a huge breakfast. That will likely be almost enough to satiate him for the day. He's like, okay. Not wanting to disappoint. Skeezewell Binbag and easily giving into the peer pressure. Syphax eats this entire other ration's worth of salami and cheese. It's like, oh, alright. I think I might go lay down for a little while.
He's a growing lad.
Oof. I don't feel so good. Syphax makes his way back upstairs and retires a little early.
Mandion has decided what he wants to do until noon.
Excellent, Master Gelden.
He would like to start work on an offensive elemental module.
Whoa! Whoa,
He
bucko.
has blueprinted
Whoa!
previously.
Shit. Oh, that was the elemental one?
Damn.
Yeah, the offense version. The
Ooh,
elemental module.
ooh, the offensive elemental module. Damn, not the one I think you were. You know, hey, well,
Yep. Yep.
not the one I anticipated, but that's usually how it goes.
That's right.
Okay.
right, watch out.
Takes an hour to install one. As far as how long it takes to make it, that could be fucking up in the air.
Yeah.
It will consume an elemental weapon upon the wanting for crafting of this. Which elemental weapon would you like to sacrifice?
It is going to be the lightning javelin.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah. Sufficient. Completely sufficient.
Excellent.
Oh, sick. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So just to clarify, this will only affect your suit-based weaponry, such as your gauntlets.
Yep.
And right now, that's really about it. I don't think you necessarily have any, like, you know, suit weaponry.
I mean, I have the lightning launcher in my stealth one, which is more lightning.
True. That is true. Yep, and that would count also.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for right now, though, that
In its current form, yes, that is the only one.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Make sure we're on the same page about that. I think that's really the only point of clear. Yeah. I mean, shit. Yeah. I mean, if you're sure that the timer may begin at this moment.
I am sure.
Okay. All right. Very good, Master Gelden. Is this something you desire to do down here, or is this something you desire to do in the privacy of your room?
I need some privacy.
Okay,
I need some
very good.
concentration.
Very good. Very good. Do you bid your comrades farewell?
I do. Wielding a lightning javelin, I will bid my comrades adieu and head upstairs.
Okay. Very good. Very good. There we go. Well, back to the grind, boyos, and you bid the Crimson Bones farewell for this moment. And you turn to leave, and you look up the stairs, and there's a figure up there who is not Syphax. You see to you what looks like a green-robed young man with these round spectacles, and this, like, very shoddy, sus-looking, like, crumpled up green pointed wizard hat. And they clutch a small book at their side, and they keep themselves to one edge of the stairway and begin making their way down. Master Gelden, as you presumably begin making your way up.
Interesting. Okay. I will nod to them as if I expected them to be there.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very
I
good.
would like to take note of their appearance, though. Try to remember for the future.
Okay. All right. I'll have you make a. Ooh. Ooh. You just want to commit their appearance to memory?
Yeah, try to have a photographic memory of this moment, if possible.
I don't know if I want to say perception.
Probably.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is the power of looking. But investigation is also, attention to detail. So, I'm kind of fighting. I'll leave it up to you. I'll leave it up to you.
Maybe I roll both. We average them.
I'll accept one roll of either.
I'll do perception. It seems to make more sense. Even though investigation would be better for me. I'll keep it coming.
Oh, you will. You got this. You got this figure locked in. You got him.
Nice.
You commit all features of their person to memory. They have these pale blue eyes that kind of quickly, dart, over in your direction as you guys pass pass close by each other on this wooden stairway. And the figure kind of, like nervously returns the nod gesture, in an unsuring way. You can tell just by looking at this person, and being in their physical presence. It's another young, unconfident individual, somewhat familiar to you. And you push their way past. You take note of their green robery. Seems to you, judging at a close glance, their spectacles are likely used for reading. If you had to guess, you'd be somewhat kind of familiar with spectacles of this caliber due to your line of work before becoming an adventurer.
It is true.
And you take note of a small rucksack and a small dagger at their hip, sheathed in their, in their belt. A few other little knickknacks and trinkets along their exterior belt of their person, and other than that, seems, just another individual.
All right.
That you don't recognize, but will be able to recognize in the future. In the future.
All right. Okay.
No doubt.
I will not make a huge deal about it and keep pushing past in my room.
Okay. Very good.
I can keep the brainstorm going.
Okay. Please take note that you're beginning work on that offensive elemental module. It's 6:43 a.m. Got you. Your time begins now.
Excellent.
After like a minute or two, this robed individual kind of looms around the bar area and heads down toward the far end, away from you. What's now the rest of the Crimson Bones, Skeezewell and Ulzgud. Unfortunately, as Syphax has retired from this scenario. It is but the two of you, gentlemen. Red-faced Jack so far, and now this other individual. Kind of makes their way all the way down to the end of the bar and sits upon the empty seat furthest away. And the figure kind of just, sits there awaiting, presumably, the services of sweet old red-faced Jack. And if no one's up to anything, another minute or two will pass as sweet red-faced Jack makes his way out.
Good morning, Caden. Pleasure to see you. I hope you slept well.
Yeah. Thank you, red-faced Jack. I did. I appreciate the hospitality. Is breakfast being served today?
Why? I was hoping you'd come down and get some meat on them bones, boy. I'll get a grand breakfast going for you.
But perhaps the normal breakfast will be fine for me.
Whatever you say.
And red-faced Jack goes about preparing a meal for this individual. Let's see. A few minutes pass. Red-faced Jack comes out with a smorgasbord of breakfast, very similar to the ones passed off to you guys.
Say, here you go, son. Enjoy now.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And the young man takes his food with his book still kind of like tucked awkwardly under his arm, and he heads over into the corner of the dining area and goes about beginning to eat his meal and read about in his book that he has present. Another patron of Red-Faced Jacks. Let's see. And Master Binbag, is there anything you'd like to do before I jump forward in time? It seems a handful of hours here, as we have some crafting and resting going on. Is there any particular crafting or resting or downtime activities you'd like to do, Master Binbag?
I will bank that time into the scrimshaw, carving into the worm tooth scenes of bird violence and Ulzgud's triumph.
Ooh, very good. Okay, excellent.
Nice.
More tales added. Okay, very good. I will. Well, I'm sure you'll be paying close attention, but I will remind you how much time has passed. An hour comes and goes. In that time, this young green-clad individual, returns their breakfast. Thanks, Red-Faced Jack, for said breakfast. And kind of returns back into the corner area. It seems to take out some riding implements and so on and so forth. And it seems like they are doing, some type of white-collar work, for lack of better phrasing. In this time, enough time has passed for a short rest to be had. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, if you desire to benefit from a short rest, you may extinguish a hit die at this time, as an hour has passed. As well as anyone else who's doing anything other than intensive crafting work may do so as well. I mean, I guess Syphax will do it. Actually, I might know he's kind of in a bad way, isn't he? How's he doing? Let's check on our little buddy. Oh, he's feeling a little bit better. He probably just had to, relieve himself is all. He'll remain up in his room and get a little bit more rest. Spend a hit die. Killing me. Absolutely killing me. Just 3 every time. Mandion Gelden.
Yo.
Oh. What did I make you do for crafting your last armor module? What was it?
Oh, it was something good.
Oh.
Trying to look.
Could it have just been intelligence?
I think so, but I'm trying to confirm.
Just use your sweet intellect?
Believe so.
Shit. I mean, maybe Smith's tools? Whoops.
Could be.
Whoops. All right. Well, let's give it a round of intelligence, and then
Of intelligence.
And then I'm sure we'll do Smith's tools.
Yeah.
In addition, why not both? One after another. Okay. Good. Very good. Your comprehension of the blueprints are clear.
Yeah.
You have the visual in mind, and you have a good understanding of what this will do when it's finished. And it probably won't be much more delicate in nature than the other one that you've crafted. These things seem like they're pretty uniform in one way or another, and have some similar construction. With that being said, I like the 15 intelligence. That's a good indicator. Another hour comes and goes. In this time, Ulzgud and Skeezewell, you take note of the assistants who enter in now and into Red-Face Jack. Seems like Red-Face, now has his 2 or 3 assistants present at this time.
He's like, it's about time you showed up. I'm gonna need one of you to start coming in earlier in case some breakfast goes down.
Come on, Red-Face. You know there's not much call for that.
So I don't care.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, boss. Whatever you need, I got you.
That's what I like to hear.
Another hour comes and goes, gents. Another short rest, if anyone desires to take it.
I'm okay.
Damn, look at those hit dice.
Yeah.
Look at those hit dice. That's the hit
Side
dice.
hit die.
Yeah, that's the side facts. Oh, it's the hit dice side facts wishes he could have. Alright, Mandion Gelden, let's get a smithing tools check out of you, my good man. As you attempt to craft this armor module.
Sorry, which one?
Smithing tools, if you can.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
If possible. That's
They do intelligence on that one again? Or dexterity?
Well, you know what? We've already tested your intelligence, so I would say we should do something else.
Makes sense.
I'm not too sure. Why don't we go with dexterity on this one?
Yeah.
It's a bit more agile. This is a bit more finer work. This work here.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, not the best. Not the best. It's gonna be. This could very well be a project that could take you all day long.
Shoot.
At least at the rate you're going now. Easy to visualize, at least for you in this moment, but getting it to fruition can be pretty. I don't know. It's gonna be pretty rough.
Okay. Well, I'll just have to keep working diligently. As long as my mind's in the right place, I'll get there.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And with that, another hour comes and goes. Skeezewell Binbag, you may add 3 hours so far of progress to your Scrimshaw count. Mandion Gelden, I'll let you make another Smith's Tools check with dexterity again.
Smith's tools, dex.
Better.
Better.
Hard to say if you're getting the hang of it now or if it's just a fluke. We'll tell. We'll tell soon enough. And at this time, Syphax makes his way back down as well. Hey guys, feeling a little bit better now. Man, let me tell you, something about that cheese and that bacon. Oof, man. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. I'll take pretty much whatever I can get. Especially if it's from a member of the Sweet Crimson Bones. How you doing, Ulzgud?
Feeling a lot better.
Oh, good. Looking pretty good. It's like you didn't even get in a fight with that big old mean bugbear at all.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty great.
Who's that guy over there? And he kind of motions over to the young man over in the corner.
I don't know. I think his name was like Clandon or something like that.
Whoa.
I didn't talk to him.
Whoa. Maybe that's what I'll do. Seems like an alright fella. I'll go see what I
go
can
see
learn.
what he's up to, Syphax.
Yes, sir. And Syphax starts making his way over, doing like, some type of like goofy Germa 985 like walk across the way over to this individual who kind of like, you know, like hides their gaze from the young Bosmer as he makes his way over, and you can hear Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, the, you know, "Hi, I'm Scythax at the Crimson Bones. What's your name?" He sits down, and, you know, there's some kind of, you know, conversation happening. Hard to quite make out the details, as the sounds of the exterior town are really starting to come to life as we're drawing ever closer to noon. Probably only about an hour or two away from high noon at this time. The weather seems like it's going to be pretty sweet today. A beautiful sunny day upon the sweet town of Garza. The light shimmering through the blue dram ward, creating this almost, you know, mystical underwater light ray effect. Very beautiful, very beautiful. And Red-Faced Jack, not open to, you know, not open to the public quite yet. So there's still some privacy to be had. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, is there anything else you desire to do now that your 3-hour limit for short resting, self-imposed by you, has been reached?
Yeah, no, I'm just, enough time's gone by, I can use a third one.
Yes, if you haven't already. If you have not already, you may now.
I've only used 2, the other one was the free one from the breakfast.
Too true.
Yeah, baby.
Damn, rolling spicy, rolling juicy. That's what we like. It's those
That's what I needed.
barbarian
Full now.
Hittites, baby. Nice, dude. You are feeling completely rejuvenated. You know, the healing aura of Red-Faced Jacks. Too sweet to be beat.
And you said noon is approaching, correct?
It's getting there. Yeah, you're probably about, you know, if you had to guess, you know, looks like, you know, probably, you know, yeah, you know, getting close to noon. Probably like an hour or two. And it's gonna be noontime, baby.
I'm just gonna reconfer with the rest of the Crimson Bones. Are you guys coming to this meeting?
Manny Gelden yells yes down the stairs.
Yeah, I'll be there, damn it.
Skeezewell starts coming.
Yeah, sure, I'll be there. Just let me know when it's time to go. I was talking to my new friend.
Those guys are gonna go sit down with Scythax.
Oh,
Who's
sick.
your new friend?
Oh, say hi to Caden. Caden, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. It was to you, Ulzgud, like, you know, a young, probably like a, maybe like a young, like, Nord or Breton, very pale, colored flesh, you know, almost like Binbag, like, very, like, dark circles underneath the eyes of this spectacle-wearing individual. Clad in green from head to toe. Nice to meet you. And he kind of like extends a hand up to you. In greeting.
I hesitantly take it.
Yeah, you find, you know, it's not the limpest handshake you've ever had, but you know, you can definitely just tell that this is, you know, inherently a more gentle individual, you know, it seems to you. And not, you know, as perhaps you heard Red-Faced Jack say, you know, not the bulkiest of frames on this individual. Probably about, you know, 5'5" or so. A little bit bigger than Scythax. Probably like 5'10". Somewhere around there.
Okay.
not very physically imposing by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, I'll definitely squeeze his hand heartily as I shake his hand. What are you doing here?
I'm just enjoying the hospitality of Red-Faced Jack. He kind of withdraws his little hand from your from your sweaty gray, almost claw-like hands. To a degree. He's like, what place could be finer than Red-Faced Jack's, you know? Anything to help keep me safe from the masses out here in the city. You never know what people are gonna do to you around here, you know? I've had some bad run-ins.
What do you do around here? Why are you in Garza?
Oh, well, I was hoping to find some certain individuals, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to be making much progress in that regard.
You mind sharing who you're looking for?
Make a persuasion check, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Ulzgud Hand Crusher. It's like, well, there was a doctor around here that I was pretty interested in learning a little bit more about, but from what I understand, he's gone and won't be back anytime soon. At least that's what Red-Faced Jack said. Though didn't really tell me much more unless I wanted to pay him some gold, and I couldn't afford it.
Classic Jack.
I understand he has to make money. And information's pretty valuable, so I understand why it can't be free. But not all of us can afford that. It is what it is.
Ulzgud wants to inspect his person.
His equipment or his
Yeah, I guess mainly what I'm looking for is he seems to be a magic user. I'm trying to see if he's got an amulet.
Ooh. Okay. Looking for that in particular. You don't see one. He could he could have one on underneath his robery. But you have a pretty good line of sight to his pale neck. And you don't see, it doesn't seem like he has any type of necklace on at all. Let alone the amulet. But it could be on, could be deep underneath. Hard to say, but you don't think so.
Okay. I'll just mention to him, what do you think about the ward here?
I understand why it's here, but it's pretty unfortunate for people such as myself. And it also doesn't make it a very, well, it's just unfortunate is all. There's really not much I can do about it.
True. I will drop the conversation at that.
Oh yeah, it was good. I mean, Caden can do all kinds of magic. Well, come on, Caden, do something for us, will you? Come on, show him. Well, I guess. And and he takes off his pointy, crumpled wizard hat and kind of just like pulls his hand into it and kind of rolls his eyes a little bit, and pulls out what would be a small like newt Yeah. He opens up the palm of his hand, and there's like a small, it's like just like brown and red lizard upon it. And Sci-Fi's like, whoa, see? Sci-Fi's very impressed. Cade's like, I was going for a rabbit, but this works too, I guess. Ta-da! and he like puts the newt back into the hat, and he puts the hat back upon its head. Oh wow! What do you think, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker? Pretty impressive, huh? Might give Skeezewell Binbag a run for his money.
Don't tell that to Skeezewell.
Don't you touch my money!
Skeezewell
yells from the other room.
That's just from over on the bar. Oh. Okay. All right. Hey, very good. Very good. Anything else, Master Bone-Breaker, before we push forth, perhaps by another hour or so?
No.
Okay. All right. So be it. So be it. Another hour cometh and goeth. Mandion Gelden, I'll have another Smith's Tools check from you, my good man.
Smith's Tools coming in.
Dexterity based once again. Oh, yeah, no, you're starting to get the hang of it. It's much finer work. Much finer work. Let's see. Why don't you give me a D20, Master Gelden?
A D20.
Yes, sir. Just flat. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
How about a D12?
And a D12.
Damn. You only get 4% along with your progress for crafting the offensive elemental armor module.
How much did I have before?
None. You've gotten 4% in 4 hours.
Perfect.
I'm sorry to tell you.
The wheels are just getting, up to momentum. It's fine.
This will be this may very well indeed take all day long. At this rate.
Right.
But hey, you're
It's hard getting the lightning in this gauntlet, all right?
Yeah. No.
Can't just shove it in there.
Oh yeah, I guess that's. Let's see. That's a good point. Did you decide what element you'd like to do? Will it be lightning damage? Is that what you had in mind?
Yeah, it's gonna be the lightning javelin.
And you know what? I mean, it's very appropriate. So,
probably won't be done too much to me, but I can do it to others. You know.
Sounds good. Yeah, very good. Okay, cool. All right, nice. It's good to know. Makes sense. Anyway, yeah, that's all. It's all the progress you make on that. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. It's drawing ever closer to noon. I will say that. And it seems like Sci-Fax is just about wrapping up his time with Kane. It seems like he's been doing a lot of conversing over there with that individual.
Well, I guess I'll go gather the Crimson Bones and tell him it's time to start heading towards the jail ward.
Okay. Very good.
Mandion looks at his parts strewn all over his room. He says, all right, I guess I could take a break. And he'll head down the stairs to join.
Okay. Sci-Fax is like, all right. Well, see you later, Cade. Nice meeting you, man. See you around. Okay, Syphax, see you later. Syphax has a new little playmate. And with that comes to the attention of the Crimson Bones. All right, fellas. I'm ready to go to jail.
I guess I am too. Hopefully you didn't get us in any trouble here, Ulzgud. Let's go see what they want.
No, we were invited. We were in trouble.
Well.
We would have been taken there.
I suppose. Isn't it easier on them this way, though?
Ulzgud's already walking.
We'll just see how easy it is, Mandion. Skeezewell starts walking as well.
Don't say I didn't warn you then. I'll also join you, though.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. And you gentlemen make your way outward of Red Face Shacks, taking note of the many drunkards that are like pressed, like their windows are like pressed up against the front of Red Face Shacks, just waiting for sweet Red Face Shacks to open so they can get them sweet drippings of that alcohol nectar. You can tell it's what, you know, that was the highlight of a good portion of the peasantry's days. Some people are really, you know, some people are fiending for that red-faced Shacks in more ways than one. And you gentlemen all make your way out. Manny Gelden, are you donning your suit?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
I
Just
put it
making
on
sure.
when I woke up. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
It has become second nature to me. Wake up, get in suit, brush your teeth.
Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. Very good. Very good. Crimson Bones. Traffic seems, you know, rather plentiful. You can make out the more darkly colored stone structures that are behind the black iron, you know, fencing perimeter that the jail ward miniature district compound resides in. It's difficult to make out, you know, much along the ground level just due to the sheer amount of traffic passing by at this time. But in, you know, but a few minutes time, making your way through the crowds, just shy of noon, it seems to you, by looking up at the sun high in the sky. Once again, a beautifully lit, very, very visible day. Gorgeous. The front gate is but, you know, 20 feet or so away, gentlemen, and you take note of two men-at-arms that seem to be, you know, positioned on either side of the gate, looking straight ahead. Very Tomb of the Unknown Soldier-esque, these guards. They're dressed in a very similar caliber, you know, the blue coat of arms underneath, you know, like a gambeson of some type. Pole arms at the ready in these kettle hats, but these guys seem like they're a bit more serious. What's going on, Crimson Bones? Is there any is there any discussing going on before we get within earshot of the guardsmen? What's the you know, what's happening? What's happening?
Mandion to make sure he is wearing his cloak before we go in, because I don't want them to take note too much of my armor and abilities. I say, well, Ulzgud should probably go first. They seem to have taken a liking to you, so
Fair enough.
you know, you know what they want.
They just wanted to discuss something with us as a group.
All right, well, stay vigilant, like I said.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
I'll head on in.
Okay. Okay. Very good. You make your way right over the shoulder of Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. The perimeter gate being closed, and the two guardsmen repay you no mind until you're pretty much within, spitting range, and then they their pole arms stretch out and they kind of form an X, blocking the closed gateway, in almost more of like a figure, a symbolic sense, really than trying to actually stop you. Halt there, citizens! No one enters the jail ward without permission. What business have you here?
Ulzgud reaches into his bag and simply pulls out the invitation.
The seal of the sergeant. May I see that?
Sure.
Yeah, very good. You hand over the scrolled letter of invitation. Very good. Guardsman hands you back your your letter of invitation. He's like, welcome, Crimson Bones. Please write this way. And the guards stand at attention in unison, retracting their pole arms from your pathway. And the one that's been addressing you so far, opens up simply pushes open the perimeter gate, and holds it open for the four of you to enter.
Onward.
Okay. Yeah, you guys enter into this compound, I suppose, for lack of better phrasing. It's pretty much dirt and sand, the interior of this courtyard. It's the long and short of it. You take note of the very poignant gallows that hang in the center of this sandy courtyard space. There's a few different structures that are all, placed about the area, almost kind of constructed to look like miniature walls themselves. If you want to imagine the Great Wall of China, these are almost like constructed in a very similar way. Very very form over function, kind of like miniature keeps. For and you gentlemen enter into the space. The building's pretty hard to distinguish, between themselves, and you take note of the plethora of guardsmen that are here. Kind of just being followed behind this man. He waits until you've all entered into this space and then closes the gate behind you.
Oh.
Please right this way. And then he leads you all over yonder. You take note of another guardsman who, almost instinctually, is already filing over to take his front gate guard position, temporarily or otherwise. You gentlemen are within the jail ward.
Wow.
Whoops.
I'd like to take a moment to count how many guards there are. in my
Okay.
head.
Okay. You take count. Well, give me a perception check. Why don't you?
A
Why
perception
don't ya?
check. I may.
Should be said, Skeezewell Binbag, you're starting to sweat a little bit. Being so close to so many guardsmen. Just at a glance, Mandion Gelden, you count at least a dozen They're not all down here in the yard. There's probably, there's probably 6 or so will look like trainees of some kind that are being berated by a superior. So there's, half a dozen right there. You take note of at least another 2 on top of one building. Seem to be, patrolling to some degree up upon the rooftop. And another 2 on another building over yonder, kind of, overlooking the general area. And it also pretty much touches into the perimeter wall. And you take note, Mandion and Gelden, that there's pretty easy access, it seems to you, from this courtyard to the perimeter wall of the city.
Okay.
Yeah, so this could very well be, not only a jail, but it seems also to you to kind of be like a barracks, as well. General authority center.
Gotcha.
It seems to you. There's like training equipment on display, clear signs of like crossbow practice, and then you take note over yonder. There's one building over in the far opposite corner of this kind of triangular shaped compound space, in which the windows are barred, and there seems to be an increased guard presence, and you perhaps suspect that to be the place where prisoners are held. Something to that effect. As this guardsman leads you, really not too far into the space, into one of the larger stone structures, in which there are guardsmen out front of it, which look pretty nasty. These guards seem like they're of quite a higher, different echelon than the typical ones. These ones look a bit more like they look almost like knights. These two, they've got heavy, it's like at least medium or heavy armor of some kind. Not your standard gambeson. These heavy helmets that seem like they that almost kind of cover up the features of the face. And they have these large, like billhook almost-esque pole arms, and seem pretty nasty. These guys look like they're
Nasty.
nasty. I have the Crimson Bones here to see Sergeant Barrows. And then the guardsman kind of like looks back over to you, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, and he kind of like motions for your letter once again.
And I present it.
As I imagine. I have this letter of invitation here. And he passes it over to these guys, and these guys, without saying a word, just kind of look it over, look at each other, and hand the invitation back over, in which the guard hands it back to you. And without saying a word, they kind of just take a half a step away from the doorway, and presumably all is well. Says the guard guy. Turns back. He's like, well, this is it, gentlemen. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask that you leave any of your larger weapons outside. We don't want to have any type of an incident.
I don't know what type of large weapons you mean.
The guy kind of looks you over. He's like, anything longer than the length of your hand, we ask that you leave out here.
Like this? Mandion pulls out a flaming javelin.
Like, yep, such as that.
Oh. Fine. Mandion will volunteer the fire javelin and his sharp short sword.
Okay.
and hope that that is enough.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Does everyone else hand over their larger weaponry? And does anyone
Ulzgud
attempt
definitely
to?
protest a little.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So I'm sorry, Crimson Bones. It is our policy.
Come on, man. We were invited here. We didn't do anything wrong.
It is true you are guests, but none are allowed within the administrative building. At least none that are armed.
How do I know one of you won't make off with my club?
I guarantee you, no one will be touching your property as long as it's within this compound.
What's your name?
You may call me Henry.
Alright, Henry. I will slam my club and my longsword into his hands. If anything happens to these, I'm coming for you, Henry.
Very well, sir. I don't think there'll be any issue in that regard. And Henry kind of like hands it over to this other guardsman that's been nearby. They kind of like nod at each other, and this guy kind of like with both hands, in like a wide gape in his step now from just the sheer weight of this weaponry. Kind of begins leading it over. Is anyone holding on to any like hold out weaponry, like New Vegas style? Are we trying to hide any daggers or any shit like that?
Yeah, I have quite a bit left over.
Okay, okay. I mean, you Mandion Gelden, it's kind of hard in your case, because I would say there's almost enough compartments on your suit where you could probably conceal a dagger or two reasonably.
I mean, I have my palm pistol. I have quite a few daggers throughout my body.
I mean, so long as the daggers aren't visible, you have a chance to get away with it if you dare.
I'm definitely not hanging them off my cloak, so I think they're pretty well hidden.
Okay. All right. So be it. So be it.
And of course, I have my gauntlets, but they can't really take those from me.
Indeed. Indeed. And then they seem none the wiser in regards to
Trying to
that.
sneak my daggers in.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Very good, Master Bone-Breaker. Very good. What about you, Master Binbag?
Skeezewell sees Mandion's irremovable gauntlets and relinquishes all applicable weaponry.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
In full compliance.
Okay. All right. So be it. So be it. Let it be known. Syphax will do the same thing, perhaps a bit more naively than confidently. He'll hand over the entirety of his weaponry, retaining no holdout weapons. Keep good care of these. And with that, the large dark doors are pushed open by guardsman Henry, and you gentlemen are led into this dark stone interior within the jail ward. And that's where we'll take our break.
In jail? Nice.
We're here now.
Where last we left our heroes, the Crimson Bones. Gentlemen, we're just entering into this interior within the jail ward. Presumably into one of the, administrative buildings or something to that effect. Clearly a highly guarded area, as even this guard seemingly needed permission to enter himself. And you gentlemen are entering up another security clearance as you enter into this dark interior. Your eyes all adjust, and it has the occasional wall torch within it. But it is a cool, slate almost colored stone. very little in the way of windows, except for these high, these rather high up positioned ones that just allow a bit of light to pour in, but not very much. And the guardman, brings you along. His footfalls kind of echoing in this, pretty cold stone interior. So you gentlemen are brought to, up a small flight of stairs and along past down many a hallway and down many doors to a large, wooden one with 2 more guards stationed by it promptly. Guardsmen, you guys are being escorted by the name of Henry. So, the Crimson Bones for the Sergeant at Arms. Oh yeah, he's been expecting you. Excellent. Just this way, gentlemen. And Henry kind of looks to you all and gives you all a nod. He's like, I'll be waiting for you outside.
I'll return the nod.
And you gentlemen are ushered into this way more warmly lit interior. A large rug adorns the center of this. It's kind of like a circular shaped room. In the center of it, a rather beautiful looking, wooden desk, and you can see many, many bookshelves and scrolls and so on. This is clearly a type of, office of sorts. Sitting on the desk with a quill in hand, writing upon some paperwork, it seems to you. Looks up in your direction. A pretty heavily armor-clad, short brown hair, center-parted, brown-eyed, bit of a coarser, tanner complexion. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker, you recognize this individual to be Sergeant Uther Barrows, who stands up and introduces himself as such. Glad to see you could all make it. Thank you, guardsmen. You may leave us be. And when all 4 of you are ushered into this space, the doors close behind you. You are left now with the crackling of a fireplace and across from this across the desk from this individual who stands to greet you all.
Mandion will outstretch a gauntleted hand to shake his hand.
Nice. Yeah, he returns as such, and he is, you're pretty impressed with his suit of armor, dare I say, Mandion Gelden. Though nowhere near as perhaps technologically capable as yours. It is a robust, almost like a hedge knight's type uniform. Like this is a knightly suit of armor. It is a heavy plate. And embroidered with fine little gold around the gauntlets and so on. You take note. Pretty nice. Pretty nice mantle on the coat of arms. And
Quite impressive. Say out loud.
Pleasure to meet you. You must be Mandion Gelden. I'm the Sergeant at Arms, head of the southern portion of the Guard of Garza, Uther Barrows.
That would be me. We are the Crimson Bones, as you have summoned.
Pleasure. Who's this here? And he motions over to you, Skeezewell Binbag.
Skeezewell Binbag of the Crimson Bones. Skeezewell extends his hand.
A pleasure, Master Binbag. His cold, gauntleted grasp is, a feeling perhaps. Well, thank you. I've tried to keep it a bit more on the modest side.
My quarters are truly no better than my men, but my office, I must hold for appearances. Master Bone-Breaker, a pleasure to see you. Sergeant extends a hand in your direction, Master Bone-Breaker.
Nice to see you again.
Thank you for coming so promptly. You're a little early, but I'm more than happy to take you. And who's this young man over here? And he kind of looks over your shoulder. Ulzgud's like, the scythe, the scythe axe.
Go on, Syphax.
Hello, I'm Syphax of the Crimson Bones. Nice to meet you, sir.
It's like, oh, I see. Interesting indeed. A pleasure to meet you, young man. You seem like a fine warrior to me.
It's like,
Oh, very good. Forgive the lack of chairs, gentlemen. I wasn't expecting there to be 4 of you. I mean, you can take note of, 3 chairs before you, on the sitting across the, sitting aside from this man. Please, do take a seat. May I offer you anything to drink, gentlemen?
Mandion Gelden will request a simple glass of water while he takes a seat.
Very good, so be it. And the sergeant kind of like, puts his back to you all as he kind of, walks around the edge of the office space, allowing you all a minute to adjust to this interior. And he parts the door open slightly and speaks to the guardsman on the other side of the doorway, and returns back to you as his footfall's pretty heavy. And you take note of the very large sheathed sword on the left side of his hip. Pretty hard to miss. Scott, you're probably wondering why I've all invited you here, and I can do only my best, but to assure you of my fine intentions here.
Well, please do. We're very curious.
The sound of Beric Dondarrion's passing has reached our ears, and it wounds Lord Geronimus to lose such a close friend and valuable allies in such a tumultuous time. You must forgive the inhospitality for those of you that are inclined to the ways of magic. The curse of Dram the Dark has left a terrible stain upon our city, and I apologize for any inconvenience it's caused.
Well, I suppose you're only doing what you think is right. Whether we agree or not, I guess that's another question.
That is how I feel as well, truth be told. It is by Lord Geronimus's will. I am just carrying it out, keeping the people of the city safe.
Well, I don't want to get political with you, sir, but some people are just naturally magically inclined. That was his decision to decide that.
It is true. It is true there are many who are affected, some of whom I know personally. And my heart does yearn for those who have lost their livelihood or so on, and perhaps have even had to move on from our city walls. It is regrettable. However, from what I've seen so far, I can only say that it's been more help than harm, as we haven't seen any large resurfacing of Dram the Dark's evil magic since the Dram Ward was put in place.
Perhaps, but maybe that's because he knows that you're weak and is biding his time.
Perhaps so. Perhaps so. Well, Captain Knightwood has seen that the guardsmen are at full strength. And this latest division that's been brought to light is poignant in the ways of hunting down foul magic users.
So
Are
what
you
is
in-
this request?
I have no requests other than you, Crimson Bones, other than you abide by the laws of our city and do your utmost to help keep its people safe. I understand that you've been officially signed in with the Mercenaries Guild. This is excellent. It's a great step in the relationship toward a permanent bond with the city and its people. As far as we're concerned, it's well, it's it's what alerted us to your presence, truly. That, and we've had reports of your good deeds around town. It's my understanding that you encountered Brulo the Many of the Pack of Chains, along with his leader, Shrulb.
That is correct.
I've been told that there was something about a Kenku infestation.
Yeah. Tell me, what do you know about that situation?
Indeed, we had a specialist look at it, and we determined that Brulo the Many was at the scene. We suspected him to have perhaps lost his temper and slaughtered everything. However, getting some eyewitness accounts and further reports of the incident, we've determined that Brulo the Many is not the perpetrator of any crime, and the poor guardsmen that perished at that scene were due to the foul gang of Kenkus lurking in the area.
Good. Good to know. Well, I have another question that kind of stems from Shrulb here. He showed us his amulet. You did speak of us being here on good relations with the city and helping your people. How can we do that without one of those amulets? And who do we talk to about getting one of those for my party?
It is true, Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. Quite astute of you. Fortunately for you, I am the very man of whom you seek, and it is part of the reason why I've invited you here today. To offer you a license to be able to cast magic freely in the city. Though, I must say, it comes at a pretty steep price. Is anyone here magically inclined?
Well, definitely picked up a few tricks in my time. I wouldn't say I'm naturally magically inclined, but I've learned the ways quite well.
I see. Well, I'm afraid our method of allowing one to bypass the effects of the Dram Ward is via enchantment. The proper license and training, and of course, a substantial payment, we'll be able to offer you a necklace that will allow you to bypass the effects of the Dram Ward and allow you to cast spells freely. It comes at the cost of 600 gold pieces per amulet.
600 gold pieces? So that we can protect your city?
So that you may use magic for whatever means you deem appropriate. If you use it to protect the people of the city, then it is in our best interest to give you one. However, we cannot give them out so willy-nilly.
I don't even know if we have enough to afford one of these.
Skeezewell whispers into Mandion's ear. Mandy, that's a lot of money. But we need the magic. Don't let him know. Skeezewell holds his hand up, doing that classic
you may take a few moments to double check your finances if you desire. I understand it's a steep price, but from what I understand from those who are a bit more benefited from such a thing, it is worth it. Indeed.
Mandion looks back towards Skeezewell and says, I only have about 400. We can't even cover the costs for that.
Syphax is like, oh, well, I guess I could put up some money. I have 100 gold right here.
That leaves us needing another 100 gold.
Maybe we don't need the magic.
How could you say that, Skeezewell? We love magic.
Maybe we don't need the magic. We'll have to keep working either way. Without it.
Well, I will ask the sergeant if this is an open offer, and if we decide we need it, if we can come back later for it.
Of course. This invitation will remain open to you, Crimson Bones, as long as you abide by the rules of our city and continue up this excellent demeanor that I've seen so far. Though I will ask you, try to keep brawls to a minimum, even if they are just outside of the city walls.
Oh, we'll certainly try our best.
I've never even been to a brawl.
Indeed.
I mean, yes, I've never even been to a brawl. Mandion says after Skeezewell says that.
You are characters indeed.
Yeah, how big is this sergeant?
Oh, sizing him up now, Jesus.
Well, you did get a pretty good look at him when he was, walking around the perimeter of the, of this office space. He's probably a good, 6 feet tall at least.
Okay. Is there anyone in here wearing one of the amulets?
No. No, it's just you guys and he. As far as you can see, you can make a perception check if you desire, or ride the passive. Ooh. A 17. There's a bit of finery, there's there's a nice looking like tapestry here and there, the banner of Garza, bright blue, with 3 golden rings. You take note of a chest or two, but other than that, no. It seems like you are the only individuals in here, or at least other than the Crimson Bones. Sergeant Barrows here appears to be the only one. And he himself does not seem to have an amulet either. Or at least not one that you recognize to be, the amulet in question.
Well, I guess I will propose to him. You're the man to get the amulet from. We don't quite have the money. Perhaps you have a task we could complete for you?
Interesting. Task that... You must forgive me, Crimson Bones, but it isn't quite in my right to be dishing out freelance jobs to a group that's so new and fresh within our city walls. You must understand, if anything were to go wrong, I would be held responsible, of course, and you don't seem untrustworthy to me and have been nothing but cooperative, but, just in case, I don't quite know you well enough, I'm afraid. However...
Come on, the Badger Boys.
Yes, I've heard quite a few tales from the barracks in the evenings of the Badger Boys, yes. And don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful for what you've done, and I hope you continue to assist the people of this fine city and beyond. However, it's just nothing I can afford to risk at this time, you must understand. However, I will keep you in mind and very closely watch your progress. As a matter of fact, there is perhaps something you could help me with, though it may not be substantial enough to get you anything more than in my good graces. I hear you've been asking around about Glarthier. Why is that?
Just a client, that's all.
I see. You've accepted a contract for him, have you?
Yeah.
In
I
what
completed it.
in what capacity?
Hey, you just want some info.
Interesting. Information on what?
I'm just a person.
Who?
You know, this blacksmith.
I see. Interesting. Well, regardless, I ask that you be wary of any dealings you have with that wood elf. He's crazy. It's only a matter of time until someone gets hurt with the antics that he usually finds himself getting involved in.
Ulzgud feels a little offended. What do you got against wood elves?
Forgive me, Master Bone-Breaker. Not wood elves in particular. This wood elf in particular. He's just unhinged. Always watching his
You're not
back.
gonna tell me that. His gold's good though.
Well, regardless of the temptation of the gold, I ask that if he ever asks you to do anything unsavory or anything worth reporting to us, that you do so promptly.
What would go under that category?
I think you can come up with quite a few examples yourself of things we would deem less than acceptable. Let's say.
What, like killing someone or looking
Indeed.
into someone in the Highborn district, or stealing from someone?
I would say stealing and killing are certainly off limits. Obviously.
Okay.
Very good. In that regard,
Nothing like that.
very good. Glad to hear it. Odd character, that one. Well, is there any other questions you have for me, Crimson Bones?
I will ask him about the sewers as well.
Ooh, okay.
Let's say, do your guards ever have any trouble with creatures emerging from the sewers?
Why do you
Any-
ask?
Reptiles or frogs?
No reptiles or frogs that I've heard of in any recent reports, anyway. Though it has been known that perhaps any darkness that was left in the city after Dram the Dark fled seeped deep underground. And it is rumored that many of his monstrosities stalk the deep, sometimes rearing their ugly heads to the townsfolk and my guardsmen.
I met one man that says he dwells down there. Are there others? Or is it mostly an uninhabitable?
Yes. Shekel and his merry band of sewer workers. I don't know him myself, but my men report to me that more and more of them pop up every week. I hear they're trying to petition Lord Geronimus to allow them to have a guild of their own, maintaining the sewer ship. I'm not sure what to think of it myself. Part of me says good for them, the other part of me is a little wary of a bunch of people heading down to the sewer when we know that there's dangers down there to be had. I certainly don't want any of my men risking themselves to go rescue anyone that's willingly putting themselves in harm's way. I think you understand where I'm coming from in that regard.
Oh, certainly. The only reason why I ask is that, well, that very man, Shekel, asked that I investigate frogmen. And this is a revelation to me.
Curious. Well, if I were you, I would be hesitant to take any kind of jobs from anyone who isn't coming to you from the Mercenaries Guild. That would be your finest and most official route to any good, honest employment. Anyone else could gyp you, scam you, or may have less than well intentions. People of the city are fine, but there's very, very many of them. And they can't all
I'll
be
take your
accounted for.
advice.
Very good. Well, if there's nothing else, Crimson Bones, I do have a little paperwork I must carry on with.
Very good. Suppose we'll leave you be.
Very good. Welcome to the city. And he extends out his hand once again to shake all of your hands, one after another. He's like, do enjoy your stay. Try to keep out of trouble, and I appreciate the conversation we've had.
Mandion nods his head while I shake his hand. Say, well, please be safe. Do what you can to, try to change your boss's mind, because I feel like magic can only help you in this situation.
How so?
Oh. Magic is power. Power is knowledge. You'd rather know if Dram is coming rather than him take you by surprise.
Oh. Make a persuasion check, Manny Gelden.
Persuasion.
Oh.
That's interesting. I didn't quite think of it that way. Well, perhaps with promising individuals like yourselves beginning to pop up, it may be more of a feasible thing that I may convince to my lord. Perhaps I shall bring it up. Thank you, Mandion.
That may be a fine idea. I'll leave you to dwell on it.
Alright. And if there's nothing else, the guardsmen usher you gentlemen out of the room.
Very good.
And the footfalls of the guardsmen around you echo throughout the cold stone hallways as you leave the Sergeant-at-Arms Luther Barrow's office behind you. Head back downstairs, leave out the same entrance from whence you entered. There's 3 or 4 guardsmen that are standing by. One of them being Henry, who are ready to grant you back all the weaponry that was handed over in your brief stay here at the jail ward. The whole, really, you've only been here for about, 10-15 minutes or so. and now exit back out into the bright sun. It's a little blinding at first, very, very dark. You know, definitely more on the darker side in this interior. And yeah, just like that, you were granted all back your weaponry and equip. You take note across the way of like this courtyard. You see the large physique of Bruel the Many, and the smaller silhouette of Schroll by his side. It's like the guardsmen are like, you know, unshackling them, it seems to you. And Bruel is like rubbing the wrists of his large, and animalistic hands.
What a freak! I say out loud, not realizing I was saying it before I do. I turn back to the group, so oops.
Thankfully out of earshot, as you see the duo shuffling their way over toward the gate, and Henry ushers you over that way. It's like, so how'd it go?
Oh, well. Seems like we might have even made a new friend in there. Sergeant is quite a reasonable man, it seems.
Yes. All men under his command owe him a great debt for the way he treats us all. There's no kinder leader of men around. Far finer than that Captain Nightwood of the Northern Watch. Oof. A bastard he is. Guardsman, mind that mouth. The other one chimes in.
What's the deal with the Northern Captain?
It was his idea to usher forth this newest branch of guardsmen, and Henry kind of, you know, nods his head over yonder. You see the brim of his his flat kettle hat kind of lean up over, motioning his head over yonder, and you take note of, you know, these two or three kind of like white robed individuals that are sitting outside of a structure just within the shade, that are kind of looking over in your guys' direction, their arms folded and scowling, their hoods up upon their heads, like these yellow capes. The Inquisitors. It wasn't enough that he petitioned forth the Dram Ward, but now we have to deal with these Inquisitors as well, persecuting any unauthorized magic users caught within the city. They're less than friendly, and give all of us guards a bad reputation.
Good to know.
With that, just a few minutes of walking through the sandy courtyard. You gentlemen are brought back to the main gate, ushered out. And when all of you are out, the perimeter gate is closed behind you. All of your belongings are returned to you in full, in the exact condition that they were handed over. You know, they have not been tampered with, at least not in any way that's obvious to you at this time. And all seems well. Your appointment to the Dram Ward to see the local authorities seemingly going without a hitch.
Nice. Can I try to sense that nothing changed about my weapons, that they haven't been enchanted in some way? You do an Arcana check or something?
Oh,
I want to be tracked.
Sure. Yeah. You can sniff around.
Just give my weapons a sniff.
See if there's any magical tomfoolery afoot. Damn, Damn, rolling high, rolling high. I mean,
Good
15.
day for the rolls.
Crazy
I mean,
rolls.
shit. Well, I mean, that's just a 15 plus 7.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It is intelligence, you know.
But hey, all the same, It's that Mandion brain.
That's right.
Feeling it out. No, it doesn't seem to you like anything is awry. Especially not in the magical sense. You've gotten very used to how. Well, I mean, shit. You didn't even hand over any magical. I mean, what magical equipment did you hand over necessarily?
I just handed over the fire javelin and my sharp sword. I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything new applied to it or anything.
Yes, yep. You don't sense any different feelings or sensations when trying to focus on them.
Okay. Good.
They are as they should be.
Excellent. All right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. No, and you don't, you don't sense any other oddities either in that regard near your companions.
Good.
So, hey, not that you necessarily have that ability, but nothing.
Just want to make sure it wasn't like vibrating in my hand or something.
You don't see anything glowing on anyone else that shouldn't be glowing or what have you. So all seems to be well. All seems to be well.
Excellent.
Anyone else up to anything in particular? We now have the entirety of the Crimson Bones out in the city, out in the main busy city street of Garza.
Yeah, I got a question.
What's up, buddy?
2 of them, really.
Yes.
What kind of animals are around right now? If you got any bugs or mice or rats?
I would definitely say you'd see like the occasional rat or two, but they probably are so evasive that they're gone. Little after you see them. What with the sheer volume of people you have nearby.
So like even putting some effort to it, could I not get one?
You'd be hard. It's possible, but you'd be hard pressed. It'd probably more effort than you think would be worth it.
Okay.
I mean, there are other creatures, larger beasts of burden that are kind of moving along, the main traffic avenues. You take note of like
large or like how large?
We're talking like well, it varies. It varies. You have like some
I'm looking for something rat size at most.
Ooh, okay. I understand. Okay. I mean, there's plenty of like pack beasts like Struthiomimuses and stuff like that, right? Like horses and mules, etc., etc. About rat size. I mean, it's probably just the rats.
Nothing smaller. No insects or anything.
I mean, I would say probably. You know what? Sythax has this little cricket pet.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that to him. I'm not gonna do that to him.
That's what strikes your mind immediately.
That is good, but I can't do that to Sythax.
Because other than that, there's no like, not really, fucking. So you can try.
Sewer grates around.
Surely there'll be at least 1 or 2. Oh, likely along the kind of like the sidewalk area of the jail ward where you guys are at right now.
All right. Well, I guess I'll relay my intentions now because kind of at the end of my rope here.
I dare you.
I got. All right, so I need to know the extent of my bag of sus now,
Ooh, okay.
because now that I don't have anything I can control in range, what kind of control do I have over what gets summoned?
Oh, it's gonna be a bit of a
And do I
complicated
see
one.
what they're seeing? Do I gain like information from them? You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. The bag of sus. What do you know about the bag of sus? You know just about all there is to know about the bag of sus. Unfortunately, I mean, you have complete control over like what you choose from the bag of sus, let's say, but you can't like differentiate like what like fuzzball, like is different from like the other, like what they mean from the other ones, like their colors
Yeah,
their
okay.
colors are different, right? But other than that, right, they're so non-specific, it's really that's up to the imagination, what they could
But
be.
I have control over what is there once it's there.
Yes.
Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, yep. That's true. That's true. I mean, really, you can like pick any. You can choose any one you want, but it's impossible to
know
tell
which
just by
animal,
looking at it,
but
right? Yeah. The fuck
Okay.
yeah.
Well then,
And once you make it, it is friendly to you and your companions. You can command the creature to move. And give it general orders, such as to attack enemies, per se. In the absence of such orders, the creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. Whatever the nature of the creature being, of course. So no, you won't be able to like natively like see through its eyes or anything like that. You'll have to, bust down the creature and then, do something else to be able to, hit it, like see through its
All right.
senses or something like that.
well then, I have just the thing for that. Let's see.
Oh, this is exciting, folks.
Oh, it's sus.
It's the bag of sauce.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Let's see. How long do I have over that?
Let's see.
The
That's a
duration
good
of the
question.
spell. And the
That's a
duration
good
is up
question.
to 1 hour. Okay. I guess what I'm going to do is find the nearest sewer grate to red-faced jacks.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Are you bringing the Crimson Bones going with you? What are you up to? Rest of the Crimson Bones. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker starts making his way toward Red-Faced Jacks. What are you guys up to?
I was thinking about going to the sewers, if I'm gonna be honest.
Holy shit! Everyone's addicted to the sewers. You've been tuned on.
Yeah, I figured I can kind of blow off Glarther and hit the sewers instead before I go back up at midnight.
Alright, then I guess I don't even need to do what I'm about to do.
Well, I mean, is there anything being said, Crimson Bones?
as
Do
I see him do what he's doing, I'll say, well, I was planning on heading down in the depths, if anyone wanted to join me.
Down the depths of where? You don't mean the sewer, do you? Syphax ass. Concerned.
I said I'd check out these frog people, at least, so...
Oh. But frog people sound dangerous.
You're part of the Crimson Bones now. We're mercenaries. Our job is
shit.
danger.
Oh, that's badass. I didn't think about it that way. That's cool. Alright. I guess we can go play in the sewer.
It's cool being dangerous, Syphax. It's half the fun.
Alright. I guess that... Okay. Well, sure. That sounds okay. I mean, we better get paid, though.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be good for it. He lives in the sewer.
I don't know.
Those people are only trustworthy and generous.
Well,
We'll get paid in bones.
Yeah, see, that's good enough for Ulzgud. There'll be tons of bones down there in the sewer.
I guess that's true. Hopefully our bones won't be down there.
I'm just gonna start pulling up the sewer grate.
Find the nearest sewer grate.
All right. Okay. This is what's going on right now. You're pulling up aside red-faced Jacks.
Yep. We're gonna go climb down in the slime.
Okay.
Red-faced Jack.
All right. You pull around the side of red-faced Jack. You have to. You know what? Let's get a Ooh. This is great. Let's get a Let's get an investigation check. You guys can decide who's in charge of it. Whether two people get to do it or one person with advantage, I leave it up to you, Crimson Bones.
I'm pretty good at investigating.
Mandion, check that out.
I will,
I'll
with
help you.
advantage.
Pair it up. Okay. All right. It only takes about a few minutes or so. Mandion, you follow what looks to be a trickle of like rainwater from yesterday's rain left over, and see that it eventually flows over into this small courtyard. Looking just within the corner of this courtyard, you see a pretty sizable grate.
Oh, that must be the front door. Go check it out, boys.
Oh man, in there, huh? Jeez. Well, okay, I guess. Hey, you
Me and
gentlemen.
Gelden would like to peer in.
Okay. You look down into the sewer grate. And don't see much. It is pretty dark in there. Give me a perception check. Why don't you?
Could I infuse a new pebble with some light to drop it down there first?
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be sick. How long does that take? It's pretty quick. Pretty quick, ain't it?
Probably longer than I want.
Oh,
Let me
well.
look.
It's what
Oh
I
no, would this
suspect.
be tinkering? This is tinkering instead, sorry.
Yeah.
Not infusions.
Mm.
Sorry, I get confused sometimes.
Hey, it's,
I
it
just-
is what it is.
I must have thieves' tools, artisan tools in hand. I have thieves' tools. I just need to touch it.
Oh. Okay.
You can bestow magic on multiple objects, touching one object each time you use this feature. Nope, doesn't say it takes any certain amount of time. So yeah, I'll pick up a pebble and rub my thieves' tools against it a bit and make it glow.
Okay. Very good. So be it. You all watch as Manny Gelden fiddles around with a bit of a stone, and it gives off probably a faint light that no one can even see in the brightness of the sun until you bring it to a darker area. Which is
Probably,
your plan?
Yeah.
Which is the play?
And for reference, that gets rid of a pebble that was emitting sound in a cavern from like 3 weeks ago. So.
Hey, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty neat.
Only keep 3 active at once. But daggers or whatever still stinking, so. Cool.
Okay, yeah, very good. So you drop the pebble through the grate, the illuminated pebble, naturally.
I do.
Kind of tinkers falls down for a good little while. And you see it illuminating not much.
Shoot.
Yeah, it's fucking whatever space it's entering now is so dark that the faint light of this pebble can't even like reach the walls or like the rest of the space, and then eventually it falls down. Probably what seems to you like at least like 30 feet. down into what seems to be a much bigger space than you anticipated.
I don't see any frogs down there. Seems okay. Let's get this grate off.
You hear the faint dropping of this pebble as it, boom, against the what could be like a cobblestone, almost like floor. It seems to you down there. Hard to say.
Okay.
All
right.
And it's time to take the grate off. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. Well, who wants to be in charge of that?
I'll do it.
Okay. All right. You can make a strength check. Ulzgud Bone-Breaker. As athletics perhaps. Well, that works. That works for me. At 21. You take note, Mandion and Gelden, that someone has retroactively reinforced the edges of this grate to make sure that no one lifts it up or anything to that degree. Seems like someone's nailed in these large nails to some degree to keep this this is a bit more of a permanent grate, it seems to you, and not anymore. As Ulzgud Bone-Breaker the Mighty just fucking, and then you watch those bolts and reinforcements give one after another and spring and twist and just buckle underneath the power of Ulzgud Bone-Breaker as it the grate is busted off. And a pretty sizable 5-foot square entryway is unveiled. Indeed, with a ladder that descends down into the darkness.
Even better. How inviting. We'll have to go right in. Unless anyone has any reservations.
Oh, well, I always have reservations, but I'll keep them to myself. It's time for the Crimson Bones to play in the sewer, I guess.
Remember, Sci-Fax, danger is cool.
I guess so.
For the Crimson Bones! And Mandion and Gelden will be the first one to mount the ladder.
Damn. Okay. Very good. Very good.
So he'd fall on top of all his companions if he slips, but...
Okay. You straddle on upon the ladder. Seems like it's a bit more of older, it seems to you, this ladder, and not made out of metal. It finds you, as one of the rungs underneath your left foot, breaks, and you find yourself jerking downward, and the momentum of your jerk enough with the incredible weight of your person is enough to bring you spiraling downward now into the darkness, breaking all the rungs of the ladder in which your feet touch. Give me a acrobatics check, Mandion and Gelden.
Oh, no.
Oh shit, no.
It's acrobatics time now. Down you go. Your right leg just tearing through all the rungs of the ladder, as you are just making your way down, smashing into the ground, taking a nice 8 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, reduced by 3.
Reduced by 3, as a bit of light plume of dust with some side. I say, Mandion, are you okay?
Mandion has the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, the ladder. You're just on your back, looking upward at the 3 silhouetted heads that are peering over the hole, looking down upon you. As the wooden ladder is, pretty much just 2 long sticks at this time, but the majority of the rungs broken in one place or another, and it's just 2 free-form pieces that are swaying, until one of them eventually, falls offward and lays flatward along the ground. and the sound of your bang, resonates, and eventually dissipates through this large square room you seem to be in. And there is no other light source other than the one that is coming from directly above you.
Shit. Where's my pebble?
The pebble would be right underneath you. pretty much landed squarely on it. Just about.
Where is it? I can't see. Where? Well, when Mandion can, he's gonna just try to get up, move out of the way from the hole.
Kind of get up and dust yourself off, and you have a few moments of silence. Syphax stops shrieking in horror, and you hear this loud metallic thudding that like reaches you, and seems to be getting almost ever so louder. It is a distant tapping.
No.
That just grows ever worse.
Can we hear it?
Nope.
Oh, no.
And that's where our session will end tonight.
Oh, poor Mandy.
Mandy and Gelden down in the sewer.
What have you gotten yourself into?
Dangerous
Down-
cool.
down in the sewer on his own.
Just falling. Oh my god.